What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Chuck coming to you off the cuff with some big time movie news. Let's get into it. So, today we're talking about Aquaman 2 and the Lost Kingdom. October has been a very crazy month for this movie and the news we get referring to this movie. So, we're going to start off by taking you way back to October 10th. Planned on doing a video, filmed a video, but never released the video. You know what happens. Sometimes, what can I say? I'm a piece of shit. I didn't put it up. On the 10th, we got an article by an author over at Variety, basically spilling the beans on some behind-the-scenes drama that's been going on, particularly with, James Wan, the director, Jason Mamoa, the star of the movie, and Amber Heard. Sure you know her. She had this big thing with her ex-husband last year, and we all know how that went.
At some point, my dog stepped on a bee. We went to the vet and went on with our, vacation.
I don't think, she was portrayed in the best light and everybody trusts any word she has. But turns out, during that time, that big blowout and defamation case that was going on with Johnny Depp, she was seeing a therapist by the name of Don Hughes. And what happened was a bunch of Johnny Depp fans petitioned the court, paid fees to get her therapist's notes released. And they got some raw notes in here that's pretty interesting on what happened. Amber I don't know. I don't like getting into people's personal lives, but at this point, the marketing for Aquaman 2 is Amber Heard's personal lives and the drama that it's bringing to the set in the movie. That's what it is if you ask me, because honestly, there can't be any other type of news on the movie because you got to keep in mind at the beginning of the year. Leader or co-head of newly crowned DCU Studios announced a reboot, so it doesn't matter. But we'll come back to that. A bunch of fans petitioned to have these notes between Amber and her therapist, Don Hughes, released. And she's saying some things about Jason. She says Jason basically wanted her booted off the film. Canceled. Replaced. Get her out of here. Saying he was being...
No.
Cancel that bitch. I'll buy it.
Very confrontational. He came to set drunk. Those are one of the raw notes. Also states that he's coming to set dressed as Johnny Depp. He even has all of the rings. He wants me fired from the movie. Now, I take that, and I think, after I put it through my brain, I think that we got a person, a narcissist in Amber Heard, who think everything revolves around her, and that, she's a victim. When we all know, people like that tend to, especially when they cause problems, try to point the finger in every which direction but where it needs to go. I believe that, of course, Jason Momoa was upset. Maybe he was a little standoffish, but you got to keep in mind, we already had articles before this of you guys' chemistry on set, and it seems, again, you didn't like him. He seems fine, ready to do the job and get it completed. Finish the job. Get it past the touchdown. Get it past, the finish line. Up on the screen. Complete it. I don't believe that he was confrontational anyway. I just don't see Jason Momoa being that guy. He seems very laid and chilled back. And if he had problems, okay, I feel like he would address it, but if he does, he's going to address it in a respectful manner. I feel like and when she says coming to set drunk, I don't believe that. Again, I just believe it's her way of trying to make other people look bad now that she's basically, revealed herself to the true world, revealed her true self to the world and what she is. She's trying to make everybody else.
You ain't gonna be shit, cause I ain't shit.
Seem the same. I don't believe it. I believe, yeah, maybe he may have been a little standoffish, but confrontational, getting you fired. I don't believe that was the case. That I'm just not gonna believe. But that isn't the only person. Again, as I mentioned, there's 3 people involved here. That isn't the only person that she mentioned. She also stated that the director, James Wan, I believe he's a great director. I love most of his work, especially his horror stuff. Aquaman, I'm partial to. It's a good movie. I don't know why it got so much money. That was very confusing for me. Out of all the DCEU movies that I would have taken up for, Aquaman would be one of them. I mean, it's a great movie, great visuals, but story-wise, like, I wouldn't go to bat for that. Like, I don't know how it made $1 billion, but hey, who knows? Whatever floats you guys' boat. Whatever floats the boat is what they say. But, I like most of his work. She says, James Wan also brought forth a nasty and negative attitude to a Miss Amber Heard while on set, causing a lot of problems for these reshoots. And I believe most of this occurred during the reshoots. 7-day period of reshoots. It may have been stressed out due to, scheduling conflicts. They can't get everybody there at the same day. You know how it goes in the industry. You would know. Well, I would hope you know if you're watching a video like this. So, she goes on to say that James Wan basically treated her like an outcast, a pariah, if you will, a stepchild. And I'm not just talking any stepchild. I'm talking about the stepchild where, unofficial stepchild. I'm just here for your mom, kid. That type of stepchild. Like, give me Capri Sun out of here. She says, while on set, James Wan didn't allow her to take photos with any set members. James Wan yelled at her, do not promote the movie. He also, in an aggressive tone, advised her, don't post about the movie on your social. Now, do I believe her? No. Do I believe James Wan had a conversation with her like, hey, I understand you have this whole thing going on. We have a movie we're working on here. And again, if you want this to be as successful as I would hope you would as a cast member, as the first movie, I would appreciate it if, we kind of chill out on social media. Let me and the marketing team handle the promotion. We don't want any of the, your personal items, disrupting the flow of things and, taking the spotlight away from what should actually be being viewed here. The work, the movie. Because Aquaman 2, for me, I feel like it's not really about, it's not even really about the movie. Like, people are not going to go see this, as like a film. How do I put it? Like, it's not really like a comic book movie that we're looking forward to. Like, it's not something that's, I believe, in my opinion, it's a film that you could throw away. Like, it's a film that you don't have to put out. Like, it's a pointless movie. It's I don't know who it's for. I don't know what the audience is for. I don't know what they're going for here. I don't know if they wanted to make money, but with all of these things and the damage control that's going on by the head of the studio, James Gunn, it just seems like this is a movie that they don't care about. So in turn the fans shouldn't care about. I don't care if this movie flops. I wouldn't care if this movie succeeded. It doesn't matter. You know, why? You know, not to get off subject, but I feel like this may be, you know, relevant. Why come into a company when you have a whole slate of movies? Okay, it's cool. Rebrand it. DCU. We are our own studio now. We produce our own content. Movies coming out directly. That's cool. But why announce a reboot? It's pointless. You're saying basically like, hey, don't go see none of those. I don't care. Do whatever you want. Whoever worked on them, hey. It's basically what you did is came in the middle, even though this is an example. All the movies were filmed, ready to go. It's like he came in while they were filming, threw a bomb on the set, man. Blew everything to hell, blew it to shit, and just walked away like, fix it. Make the best movie you can. But we know that
this ain't enough. Make it enough. Damn.
that's not what happened. I'm just making an example. In my words. It's like, what? Why did I need to go see this movie? When I know that there's going to be a new Aquaman, there's going to be a new Batman, new Justice League. Why does this matter? Why would you do that, bro? It doesn't make sense to me. Not only you did that, you fired Henry Cavill, but you kept people like Amber Heard, which is very confusing. It's very confusing given the current situation. So, she said that, you know, again, James Wan basically being very confrontational, wanted her out of the movie. I don't believe that because as of today, yesterday, the 23rd, James Wan speaking to Deadline in regards to Aquaman 2 said, you know, he's a pretty zen person, doesn't like to address, you know, things online and, you know, the whole bickering back and forth. He's not really that type of guy to do that, but he wanted to address the stigma that was out there regarding this movie that's been put out there by certain people, letting you know it's not true. Now, James Wan really hasn't given me a reason to doubt him in the past. I believe him. I feel, again, there was a conversation had with Amber Heard, like, hey, again, this is not good for a movie that we're wanting to make money here. And you, again, I understand we don't view you in a bad light because if we did, obviously, you wouldn't be working with us. Obviously, we care for you. Of course, they care for her, but I don't get that. This is confusing. You know, but if you could just comment down, don't post about it, that would be good. I believe that maybe was said, but not, hey, don't post about the fucking movie and go stand over there in the corner. Shit, I call you when it's time. When you need something done, when I need you to film something, I say your name. Other than that, sit in that corner and shut the fuck. I just don't see that. I don't see none of that happening. I don't see James Wan being that type of person. I believe he carried himself as a professional. And I believe that, you know, he's just trying his best because as we know and as I feel he should know, this movie, it's going to take a real cold day in hell for this to turn a profit. And I hate to say that because, again, the first movie did wonderful things. I don't know how. I don't think it was merited. Did wonderful things. As a director, you would hope you could follow up with the second and do even better things. AKA Iron Man, you know, those franchises. Not necessarily the story, but maybe the budget. We want to do better. We want to double up 3-4 times. Why wouldn't you? But again, Amber Heard is causing a lot of problems, making everything mucky. And it's again, it's like you have a DC, you have a studio head or a co-head in James Gunn, another in Peter Safran, who just, I don't know if you were making the best decisions here. It's like, did you think about all of this truly? Did you truly think about all of this? I don't think you did because it's like if you did, you 100% went in like, we're going to bomb these movies. 100%. You had to 100% go in with that train of thought. Or you thought you could pull a miracle out your ass like you did with The Flash, best movie you ever seen. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're, maybe bracing for another L and just basically leaving it up to the director to fix it. But we'll see what turns of the movie. I'm real excited to see what they doing with, my boy Black Manta. The actor that plays him is always great. He always puts his best foot forward. I like that guy. Can't wait to see him flip over to Marvel, but hey, they may just give him some shit. I don't know what he gonna be able to do with that as Mr. Marvel. Well, let's see. What? I don't think it's being Mr. Who is he? I can't remember who he's gonna be. Mr. Wonderful? He's gonna be playing somebody from Marvel. I'll post it. But, again, for me, I feel like Aquaman 2 is definitely going to lose. Aquaman 2 is going to be lost. It's a lose already, man. Aquaman 2. They could have just called it Aquaman 2 the L. Shorten it up. You don't need all that other end. But we'll be back. We definitely got a lot more to talk about when it comes to this comic book space because, as you know, a lot of people saying fatigue is going around. But what I think is going around is bad movie syndrome, bad leadership, studio interference. If we just if we just make the right decisions, cast the right people in the right roles, we'll be cool. We'll be good. And let the director do their job, or let every department do their job, whether it be the director, the producer, the marketing team, the FX department, anybody, let them do their job, we be good. But let me know what you think. Just want to lay my thoughts out there because it's crazy. I don't know what they're going to do. It's like, I don't know if they're DC Studios or if they're Wendy's. Y'all giving out 4-for-4 deals because if this bombs, that's the 4th bomb of the year. And I fully expect it to bomb. I don't see it, recovering. But we'll see.